Okay, so we're going to do a walkthrough on how to determine what kind of slope you have on your property. Whenever you're doing your first analysis, we need to identify what areas are more flat and what areas have a steeper slope so that we'll know sort of how to grade everything. So you can see the rectangle shows our property, and you can definitely tell because of the contour lines, maybe this area, maybe the corner, those are the steeper areas. And then it gets a little bit flatter over here. So we may want to check a couple of different places. And this isn't anything that we have to leave in place as we continue the design. It just maybe, we may want to take a screenshot of this and maybe show a directional arrow and say, you know, general slope of whatever percent here, maybe another general slope here, and then here and here. Maybe just kind of more as a visual way to kind of point out where it's more flat, and you know, and then where it's more steep. So we're going to start by just drawing a polyline. And so in AutoCAD you want to do P-L-I-N-E for polyline, and then when you hit enter it's going to ask you where you want to draw your polyline. So we'll start drawing one out here just kind of in the middle somewhere. So we've got a polyline. Now to get the slope on this, we want to make an alignment out of this. So we're going to go up to alignment, and we're going to create an alignment from an object, because this isn't necessarily a road or anything like that. It's just a line that we want surface grading information on. So we're going to create this alignment here, and when you hit enter it basically shows you what direction it's going. You know, we started here and went start to finish. So we can always hit, you'll see at the bottom here, that you can hit R to reverse the alignment. And it should have reversed, and I think that shows, we've got the arrow going the other direction now, kind of from start to finish. So, so we've got our alignment. And whenever you hit enter, you should get this alignment box to pop up, and all that's fine. We're not actually turning this into anything. These are kind of the same steps you're going to go through when you're making a road. You'll start with a polyline and then create a road, you know, an alignment on the road from the polyline. But for now, we're not even going to go that far. Basically, creating an alignment is going to put stations on here. So you can see our starting station is 0, and then our ending station is down here at 4 plus 84. Now that we have an alignment, we can just make a little quick profile from it. So we're going to do a profile, and we want to do a surface profile because we want this existing surface. And so this is going to be alignment number, you know, in this case 4. It may be alignment number 1 if you haven't done any other alignments on your drawing yet. And so we definitely want to make sure surface 1 is added, because that's what we want our profile to be. When you hit the draw in profile view, you're going to get all kinds of options on how things are labeled. Basically, we can just go to create the profile view, and then it's going to ask where do you want to put it. So we're going to put it over here. And in this profile view, if you click on your profile and then right click, we can go into edit labels, and we just want to add for the line. We don't want the slope, we want the percent grade. And so you can hit add and add that in. And when you say OK, you'll see all of the slopes show up. So again, this is a fairly flat area, you know, a little bit of a slope, but every time it changes grade, you're going to get a different percent showing up. So we've got about 4%, 3 to 4% maybe across that line that we drew. Now the great thing about Civil 3D is because everything is all linked, if we want to go look at another place, all we really need to do is go back to our area. We can grab our line, and we can just basically click and drag it over to another location. Maybe we want to see how steep it is here. And then when we go back to our view again, we can see that it's more 5.5, 7, 8.5. So it's definitely a lot steeper, maximum 8.5 around here. And you can just do that for any areas that you think might need to be called out. You know, again, we can maybe show this area over here because it's a little flatter. You always want to try to go kind of perpendicular to those topo lines, because that's going to give you the best sort of downhill look at it. These are 1.5 to 3, you know, they may be average 2.5 overall. Kind of gets steep there at the end, 4.5. So that would be a quick way to analyze your site using just a basic alignment and then just a quick profile, turning on the slopes to kind of see what sort of area you have to work with in the beginning.